Once upon a time, in a bustling village in Africa, there lived a young girl named Amina. Amina was known for her kind heart and sparkling eyes. She has always dreamed of finding true love, and her wish came true when she met a young, handsome man named Idris. Idris was charming, with a warm smile and a heart full of love. Amina and Idris fell deeply in love. Their love was so strong that they decided to marry. The whole village celebrated their union with music, dancing. Amina and Idris lived a happy life together. They enjoyed each other's company, laughed a lot, and cherished every moment. Their home was filled with love, and everyone admired their beautiful relationship. Amina met a new friend named Zina. Zinab was friendly and outgoing. Amina and Zinab quickly became close. They would spend hours talking, laughing and sharing stories. One afternoon, Amina decided to visit Zinab's home. She was excited to see where her new friend lived. Zinab welcomed her warmly and they talked and enjoyed tea together. As Amina looked around Zinab's house, her eyes fell on a picture frame hanging on the wall. To her shock, the picture was of Idris. It was the same man she loved and lived with. Amina's heart raised. She turned to Zinab with a worried expression. "Why do you have Idris' picture?" she asked. Zinab's face went pale and she said, "Idris was my husband. He died a year ago." Amina's words spun. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. "But Idris is my husband," she exclaimed, her voice trembling. Zinab shook her head. "He was my husband before he passed away," Zinab responded. Amina rushed back home, her mind rising with fear. What if I have been living with a ghost? What if everything I knew was a lie? Her heart was pounding as she entered her home. When Amina arrived, Idris was just coming back from work. He was smiling and happy to see her. But Amina's fear was overwhelming. She saw him and thought, is this really Idris? Or is this a ghost? In a state of panic, Amina grabbed a knife from the kitchen. She felt like she was losing her mind. "You are not real," she shouted at Idris. Before he could understand what was happening, she made a terrible decision. Amina's hands were shaking as she held the knife. She stabbed Idris in his side. Idris gripped in shock and pain. He fell to the ground and Amina's heart sank. Idris lied on the ground, bleeding. But then something incredible happened. Idris opened his eyes and looked at Amina with a mixture of pain and confusion. He was alive. Neighbors heard the commotion and called the police. Soon the house was filled with officers and medical personnel. Idris was taken to the hospital and Amina was arrested. The police began investigating the case. They wanted to understand why Amina had attacked Idris. Amina was in tears and unable to explain her actions clearly. During the investigation, the police discovered something astonishing. Idris had a twin brother named Suleiman, who had died a year ago. Their mother had been devastated by the loss of her son. The police learned that Idris and Suleiman were identical twins. When Suleiman died, their mother couldn't bear the pain and took her own life. Idris had to live with the burden of losing both his brother and mother. The truth was that Idris had never told Amina about his twin brother. The confusion arose because Zinab had been married to Suleiman. When Suleiman passed away, Zinab was left grieving. Amina was heartbroken when she learned the full story. She had been blinded by fear and confusion, and she deeply regretted her action. She realized that Idris was not a ghost, but a man with a painful past. Amina visited Idris in the hospital. She begged for forgiveness, tears streaming down her face. Idris, though hurt and confused, saw the sincerity in her eyes. The road to healing was long and painful. Idris and Amina attended counseling together to deal with their trauma and grief. They worked hard to rebuild their trust and love. Through their struggles, Amina and Idris learned to communicate better and understand each other's fears and emotions. Their love grew stronger as they faced their challenges together. It took time, but Idris eventually forgave Amina. They focused on healing and building a future together. They also worked on honoring Suleiman's memory, recognizing the impact he had on their lives.